signed a new deal. How was the negotiations like?
Yeah, it went well. Most of it went through my manager Paul Connors and his group, and I left that up to them and the people who were in charge at the club of that. So yeah, it went well.
So when you sign, quickly, where's the group at in terms of wanting to be staying together? You know, forming a group that stays together and signs contracts quickly, or ignores opportunities elsewhere?
No, well, I think when signing a contract, there's a lot of things that need to be assessed, but I'm confident that we have a very close group, a very young group, and we're striving for success, and we're going the right way in doing that.
Is it still an era where players get together and talk about contracts and staying together, like particularly with the Josh Jenkins one at the moment as to where he stands? Is there an appeal from the group, ignore opportunity elsewhere and stay as one group?
Yeah, well, I think there's more of a bias to stay with a group that you feel comfortable with, and I think because, well, also being an interstate club, a lot of us are from other states, we rely heavily on each other, so I think that is a big factor in deciding whether you stay or not.
Do you have sessions to discuss that? Like we've noted other clubs where they'll have chats about staying together, ignoring...
Oh no, there's definitely not anything structured. Stuff like that usually just happens whilst catching up with a mate or a group of guys for a coffee or something like that, so...
So life's good in Adelaide for you then, outside?
Yeah, it's good. I enjoy living in Adelaide. It's a great city and easy to live in, so I enjoy my time here, yeah.
What about your progression the last couple of years? Did it take you by surprise?
No, not really. I think I've just matured as a person, and it's just been, well, natural causes that have helped me along the way make me the person that I am today, so yeah.
I was asking about tomorrow's game. Brown just got through. No doubt about him.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt about him. He pulled up really well. We probably thought it was probably going to be a weak injury, but by Wednesday he was very confident that he'd play.
Dan, what was it like at match committee, that old argument about good side playing well, you don't change, but then there's an opponent that may be vastly different to Gold Coast? How did that debate go?
Yeah, look, they're the things that come up. They're the topics get discussed. It was a long match committee. There was a lot of potential. We've got a lot of good players a lot of good players in form out of the team at the moment. So they're putting their hands up. In the end, we picked what we thought was our best balanced team for this week.
Matt Crouch a bit stiff. I mean, he misses for soreness. Do you expect once he's over the soreness, he comes back in?
Yeah, look, Matt's probably one that is. He's a bit stiff, but as I mentioned, we've got a lot of good players. His brother Brad played really well as well on the weekend. Cam Ellis-Yeoman, Wiggs putting some pressure on. Callie's playing well. So we've got a lot of guys out of the team at the moment that are playing well. And on the weekend, the guys that got the opportunity performed well, and they're getting that reward again.
Saw the coaches trying to make their way through what looked like a 40-man zone out on the field at times. Well, just talk us through that. Pikey was getting a kick in the back pocket.
Yeah, look, we're just working on our team defence, just moving as one, and 6 on 40 was tough, but I think they let us take any mark we got. They could have stopped us very quickly.
Rory, did you play the GWS game last year in Sydney?
No, I didn't, no.
Anything you of the group noted that they're a better side than they were last year when they did beat you? What's the challenge about the Giants at the moment?
The challenge is that they're in form. They're a very good football side. I'm confident in what us as a team can put out on the park on the weekend, but as most of their list is made up of younger players, they are going to get better, so that would make sense saying that they are a better side than this time last year, yes.
What about you, Dave? What do you reckon there is the lessons from last year, or actually the big lessons from that midfield that need to be learned before this game?
Yeah, well, last year they smashed us in the contest, and then once they get going, they've got a lot of talent and they move the ball forward well. So they've been very good in that area this year, and probably why they're 7-2 at the moment. They've been able to win that contested ball really well, and they've got a lot of class all over the field. So it's going to be a great challenge to us, but it's something we pride ourselves on. We feel we're very good in the contest as well.
Can it be a game based on speed? Like their speed is enormous. Is that going to be a speed test for you guys?
Their speed's enormous when they've got the ball. If we've got the ball, it's probably going to be our ability to try and move the ball quickly against them. So I think rather than the speed, it's going to be ability to win the ball at the contest and try and limit their ability to spread and run off us. And last year we couldn't do that. And at the moment, that's probably our biggest challenge this week. And we feel if we can win the ball and move the ball forward, we can test them out too. We've got some handy players forward of the ball that they've got to defend.
So those issues that emerged against Geelong, why are you better to handle them against the Giants? Midfield.
Yeah, well, I think as a group we saw they rebounded last week. We've worked on some areas. I'm not going to go into details, but there's some areas. Every week you're reassessing and you're looking at areas, and Geelong were very good on their spread and their transition. Once they won the ball, it's something we focused on, and we were a lot better last week. The challenge this week's against a different opposition, different challenges, but we need to make sure that we can match them in the inside, and then when the ball leaves, that we spread, and our team defence can help that support that defence as well.
Regis, Hawthorn, Geelong, all the big notable established clubs. Is GWS in that mode yet? As when you look at them on the draw, you say, "Yep, got to beat this one."
Yeah, well, I think the way the competition's going at the moment, there's no easy game. I mean, you look at the ladder. I mean, there's a lot of teams in positions that you wouldn't have picked at the start of the year that they were going to be in. So, at this stage, they're going really well, and they are a team that we need to focus on beating.
Is there a concern, apart from the Sydney game, you've come close a couple of times, but you've just not been able to get over the line of those sides that have tipped as the top 4, 5, 6?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it is disappointing to not get those wins, and I mean, well, that's where we need to get better. I mean, they're 4 points at the end of the day. I mean, a team that's on the bottom of the ladder a win is worth the same amount as beating the top side. So we just need to focus on little things and getting over the line.
So we just talk about the infamous plan Bs that people always throw up. If you do then not win the ball and they are on a speed rush, how do you cope with it?
Oh, you probably change your structure around the stoppage. You can put an extra player behind the ball and hope that you can win it. If you're losing it at the contest, you hope you can win it behind the ball and then move the ball the length of the field. They're probably the go-tos as a coaching panel. Whether we don't want to go to that, we want to play our way and our style first. But we've got options up our sleeve if need be.
Last couple of guys. Do you modify on the basis that they do spread so well? What you're saying, you've modified your defensive posture there. Once you go defensively, you modify that posture.
If we're struggling, yeah, we will modify it, but we'll go into the game playing our style. We believe our best is good enough to beat GWS. We need to be at our best, and if challenges come up during the game, then we'll adjust. But at the moment, we've got a strong belief that we can get the job done playing our way and our style and our brand.
Is there any lure of home, Rory?
No, I enjoy my time in Adelaide. It's good.